Good afternoon, YouTube. Right, so I'm here in the garage with Kitt, the other couple of cars that kind of keep him company for the time being. Um, so now, as I've said in previous videos, if any of you have watched any of them, it's been having running problems for a while. I've been, well, not just me and a couple of friends have been struggling to get to the bottom of this. It started and it kind of never ran perfect when it came to me anyway. As I've said in a couple of previous videos, if you've watched any of them, this was a fuel injection car from factory, a very early fuel injection. I think the Crossfire injection, if I remember right. Before it came to me, it was converted to carburettor with electric pump still in the tank. The electric pump started to fail. The tank leaked, so I had a new tank fitted. Had an electric little clickety clack sort of kind of fuel pump kind of thing for the time being to run it. That went faulty, so I thought, well, okay, just get a replacement fuel pump. Got a replacement fuel pump, slightly better one. That's the actual failed one that I'm going to get onto. But I just got another one that was a little bit better. Not a dead expensive one, but not a £3 fuel pump off, China Bay or whatever. Thinking, yeah, that'll be it. Anyway, fitted it, ran pretty good for a good while. Then started failing, and I thought, well, it can't possibly be the fuel pump, because the fuel pump had done about 4 miles, if that. So we chased other problems for a long time. Timing, electronics, physical timing as well, cam chain sort of thing, we were considering that. Sticky valves, 400 different ways of setting the carburettor up. And none of it fixed it. It had run okay one day, then it had run terrible. But the weird thing was, the whole time, is that the float bowls on the, it's got a Holly carburettor on, the float bowls were always full of fuel, which was the really odd thing. So this whole time we're all thinking it can't possibly be fuel supply. Anyway, long story short, it was a faulty fuel pump the whole time. Now this should have probably been a little more obvious the best part of a year ago, but when I replaced the fuel pump, well, I didn't think it would be another faulty fuel pump, because it had 2 replacement fuel pumps, different types, within a short time. So I thought, well, the chances of both of them being faulty kind of back to back out of the box almost is pretty minimal. So I didn't really go down that route. None of us did, but anyway, here we are. It seems like that was it. Now, since then, I have actually insured it and done all the proper taxing and registering stuff that we have to do here in the UK to run stuff on the roads. I also uninsured it and got a fine for that, which is just another part of the stupid UK kind of system. A car that you don't have to pay tax on, if you don't insure it, you get a fine. But anyway, it's the wonders of the UK. But yeah, so since then I've tried running it. Me and a couple of friends, we've set the timing kind of where we think it should be. We didn't have a light at the time, but we've kind of set it where we think it should be. The carburettor has been set how every book and internet thing says that it should be set, and basically it ran okay for about 3 days. Weirdly, I changed the oil about a week ago, because the oil in there was probably about 100 years old. It was a few little dinosaurs living in it, I think. Changed the oil, come to move it back from where I changed the oil, and it wouldn't start. It was cranking forever and ever and ever, and the only way it'd start is with my foot held in the floor, and eventually it'd start and run like crap. So I'm thinking, great, done all of this, back to square zero. So I just kind of lost interest a bit at that point for another week or two, put it back in here, walked away, left it. The other day I thought, right, I'm going to have one more hour. I'm giving him 1 hour. If it isn't fixed, if it doesn't run right after 1 hour, it's being sold, because I'm just wasting my time. Yeah, I'm spending time with friends doing this, but I'd rather do other stuff. I'd rather do other stuff with my friends. Not that we haven't had a laugh between us while we've been working on it. I haven't filmed any of that because they're probably not bothered about it and don't really want to be on video, which is fine. it's been great spending time with them doing it. We've had a good laugh, but at the same time, I don't want to spend my life just messing around with something that refuses to sort itself out. Anyway, so it's all been set up exactly how everything on the internet says it should. It doesn't run right. So the other day I thought, right, it's having 1 hour, came to it, managed to coax it out of the garage. Black smoke, running terribly, just seemed to be over-fueling horribly. So I thought, well, I'm going to completely ignore everything the internet says, because usually that's just the best way. Now, I've been mucking about with stuff I was mucking about with carburetors and stuff on this car we used to have in the UK called Metros and Maestros and stuff like that for, I was like 12 years old. And I got them running. It's the same kind of thing. It's basic. It's just electronic ignition and fuel and air. That is it. You can't get it that wrong. So I thought, I'm going to do it old school. I'm going to use these. So I'm going by ear, bit of a tweak around on the mixture screws and things. I think it runs fine now. So the worst thing about this car is it doesn't as yet, and I might not even fit one because it doesn't, strictly speaking, need one. It doesn't have a choke cable on it, so it's starting without choke when it's cold. It's not ideal, but it does the job. Let it run for 30 seconds before you put it in gear, it's fine. So that's the stage I'm at today. So I'm going to go for a cold start on it now. It's been sat here, it's been sat a week, so obviously it's completely cold, assuming the battery hasn't died. But let's give them a go. Now, this is going to be, I'm also intending on actually trying to drive it today as well. So it's a little bit when it's cold. A couple of pumps of the throttle. And there we go, running. Running smooth, fairly smooth. Certainly the smoothest it's run since I've had it, I think. No horrible, horrific misfires. Trying to get a bit of an exhaust note there. Just pretty much sounds the same as any sort of late 70s, early 80s 305 should. So my lesson from all of this is, if something's brand new, don't trust it, because it'll be a pain in the arse. If something's brand new, question it and question it and question it again. And don't trust the internet for carburetor and timing settings and things. That's it. Later on I'm going to take it out hopefully and do a video. That's it, hopefully. But I mean, it's hunting a little bit, but it's also stone cold and no choke. But if I get in here, we should be able to rev up. And previously, with the settings that the internet said it needed, that would have been spitting up the carb and everything. So yeah, there we go. It's been a long experience of listening to advice from books and internet. Sometimes just use these. Yeah, lesson learned. I'm going to try and drive it, but there we go. And I will see you all later. Goodbye from me and Kit.